Good evening. Hi. I'm sorry I'm not late, but I just wanted to make sure that everything is in place. Good evening, and thank you so much for attending the Q&A for Club Olala. I am Llyane Stanfield, and today we will answer a lot of questions about the club. So I am just gonna wait for a couple of minutes to wait for more people to come. We are right on time, so I hope that you, I'm not sure exactly where you're accessing this particular webinar, but definitely you can ask questions in different ways, but I'm still gonna wait a couple of minutes for people to make it to the webinar. I just want to make sure that nobody's missing, and I'm looking. We actually just sent the reminder. A lot of people sent a lot of questions, and I just want to answer as many as possible. And I hope that you're doing great. So yeah, I'm just gonna wait for a couple of minutes, a couple of more minutes to for people to make it to the chat and to the webinar. So if you're coming through the link through the ecole.joalette.com, that particular link has the page has a chat underneath, and I'm not sure if I'm accessing. I don't want to go on that because every so often it just starts, the video starts and it's gonna echo. But make sure that you refresh. So that bottom chat, I think there's like a prompt that says reconnect to be able to, actually I should be there to get the questions. All right, let me just go on that particular page for your questions. I'm receiving questions via email, but right now I just want to go on that particular page. Yeah, oh, I'm there. All right, so the chat that is under the video freezes every so often, and you have to click on the button that's that says reconnect, and then you'll reconnect, and you'll be able to see who's asking questions, and you'll be able to actually write. I believe that if it's not connected, you can't even write. But anyway, so it's 8:04. I'm gonna wait for another minute, and then we'll get started. Well, thank you so much for coming here. I hope that you understand that a lot of people have different events and commitments on Sundays. So as much as I know that Sunday night is practically the best time to hold the webinar, a lot of people do have commitments. So I'm gonna wait for another couple of seconds, and we're gonna get started. So, yes, just see, right. Okay, I'm gonna get started. So I hope that most of the people are already here. Let's, first of all, I'm gonna talk about myself for a little bit. Some of you know me because you may know about this webinar from my newsletter, and some of you may have been on this newsletter for quite a while, and you got to know me a little bit, and some of you are brand new, and we have very many people who came in the past month, and we're very grateful for that. Thank you so much for learning with me. And so, because I'm going to assume that not many of you know me, and so because this is a paid program, and someone made the point that if the free things, the free stuff doesn't quite work well, then you would be worried about the paid programs. Of course, and this is why I pay particular attention to everything that I give away for free. And if you're coming from my newsletter, then most of you may have already gotten the free French crash course. And when you subscribe to the newsletter, I just want to caution you, there is a redirect to a questionnaire. Someone today asked me, what is her name? Let me just see. Diana. She told me that she has been prompted to go back to the form to fill in after the registration, and she kept going back to that. Well, she kept going back to, you would be redirected to that particular form page, the thank you page with the form to fill in every single time you're trying to subscribe. And Diana tried to subscribe several times because she expected the crash course to start right away. But as you subscribe to the newsletter or for the crash course, you get a welcome email first. That one comes within 5 minutes. I'm not sure exactly. It's automated. It's software. So within a couple of hours probably. And then the first lesson, I believe, is the same day of your registration. And then every 2 days you have a new lesson. So if you would expect everything to come in a day or immediately as you sign up, it doesn't, because we recognize that you're very busy people and you receive a lot of emails. I do not want to flood your inbox with emails. And this is what the initial thank you for signing up to the newsletter or to the crash course. That one describes exactly how the sequence of emails and the emails from the crash course and the newsletters are going to come to your inbox. So yes, assuming that most of you don't know me too well, my name is Llyane Stanfield, and I'm a Parisian French online coach. I have been doing, and I still have, some clients who I coach offline, but most of my business takes place online. So why Parisian French? Because this is the name that is standard French is known as. So I coach standard French, and then if you want to put on Canadian accent, Switzerland or a Swiss accent or Belgian accent, then you can definitely put on idioms and accents on top of the standard French. But standard French is the one that you will be well understood in the entire world, and that's going to help you the most to write properly and to pronounce properly. And then as you have different accents that you would like to take on, they will come with different rules, if any. So you just have to know that standard languages typically are coming with rules, and non-standard accents may not have rules for, they make exceptions, they not necessarily make rules. So this is who I am, and I immigrated to Canada some 20 years ago, and I now live between Toronto, New York, and Paris during the year. So I do travel a lot, and in the winter, you may find me in New Orleans because I have an immersion retreat there, and so I prefer the warmer weather. And in the spring, I may be in Paris. I'm always in Paris in the spring, but not the entire spring and the entire fall. But I do go on immersion in the spring and in fall in Paris, and I tend to stay longer. And in the summer, I like Toronto and New York. So I have developed an unprecedented intensive program, which is video-based, as well as it comes with one-on-one coaching with me. So this doesn't exist, and my method is very well known. You may want to look in the testimonials. I do coach in 15 countries at this point. I also have a pronunciation course. Again, that doesn't exist anywhere the way I do it, because I have been creating it just due to the fact that I'm doing a resource for my clients, for my students. And so I thought that is necessary for them to have one. So I have created it. So now I created the Club Olala, which is a group program. And the group program is something that answers a lot of demands out there. So a lot of people ask me that they don't have a place where they can find partners for conversation, and and a group program is appealing to a lot of people. Not everybody likes one-on-one. Maybe could probably say not everybody can afford one-on-one. So offers you a lot, and I'm going to go very deep into the program. But first, I'm definitely going to answer the questions. So if you want to look at the program right now as we go along with the questions, please do so. The address is www.clubolala.com. clubohlala.com. So go there, and as I go answering the questions, you can actually discover the page if you haven't been seeing it before. And you can come up with your own questions if you have any before the registration. Just to tell you that the registration for the Club Olala 2015 ends tonight. And this is the reason I have come online for you to answer your questions, because I understand that before registration, a lot of people may have questions. And I definitely want to answer most of them. The Club Olala registration for 2015 once a year program. So the registrations end tonight at 12 midnight Eastern Standard Time. I apologize for everybody else who's not on the Eastern Standard Time. On the West Coast, well, it's 3 hours earlier than midnight there. So I apologize. I may stay a little longer for West Coast. If you watch this webinar, that's the only exception that I make, because everybody else is earlier. So everybody else now, I guess Australia is already Monday. So for them, they had a lot of time after Sunday, if we think about it. But West Coast in North America, in America, it's I guess they are the last ones to find out. So I may stay with the registrations open until midnight if anybody requires that. So this introduction being made, I would like to go ahead and answer some questions. So yes. So I have a question here regarding the conversation during the program. So Club Olala is an 8-week group program and includes a once a week live session for everybody for question and answers and conversation. Now, because we recognize that conversation is crucial. And yesterday, Robin, she is in Australia, exactly. So Robin, she lives in Australia, and she asked me when are the group life coaching happening, because she's in Australia, and the schedule would work for her because the time zones are so different, and the hours are typically set in Eastern Standard Time. So question for everybody. Most of our clients, most of our students are coming from North America. That being said, however, we are welcoming everybody, and the next countries that are coming, so the people who are coming, the next most common people coming from the next two countries are the United Kingdom and Australia. New Zealand too. Someone emailed to me today from New Zealand, and I hope that you are online. So what we do for the conversation, because we recognize that conversation is crucial, and this is a program that is geared toward conversation. So it gives you techniques to control the conversation, no matter what level you're at. So it helps you use the information that you already have. So we are doing a lot of French as, introducing, roots. Well, in fact, the pronunciation course is included in Club Lala, so that comes for free for you. So pronunciation course is $297, Club Lala is $247, and so you get the pronunciation course for free in a $247 program. Talk about deals. So this is a really good deal, and I definitely recommend that you come along. If you have problems with pronunciation, that's going to fix it right away. So going back to the calls, we recognize that the calls are the conversation is very important, and a lot of people, while they like the group programs, they may not be that comfortable to talk to people, and also they may not actually be able to come on call, like Australia sometimes, New Zealand, they may not be able to come on the calls. So because we are very big on pronunciation and conversation, we are offering Skype one-on-one with you when you are not able to come on the group call. So this is something that I hope you appreciate. Instead of having group calls, you can have one-on-ones. Yes, you can. We don't make this as a rule. It's definitely an exception that we're making for special situations, and we definitely honor that. So we will definitely do our best to give you the absolute complete extent of the experience. Also, as I said, the program is an 8-week program. So the program is 8-week. However, lifetime access to this program. So, for instance, if your schedule doesn't necessarily allow you to subscribe or to follow the following 8 weeks, that's not a problem, because you can always do it later. You are registered, but you can do it later, and later you will definitely have Skype one-on-one. So you won't have a group Skype group sessions anymore, because the 8-week program would have finished. So afterwards, if you tell to start, and so could you please give me some time for conversation and pronunciation, I will definitely do that. So it's a win-win-win situation. I love to do this just because a lot of people really, really need it. I didn't do groups. This is the first year that we're doing this, and I only had one-on-ones. We had Group Lala in January for our first time, and it was amazing. And now, because we have been asked to be the official French coach for the French Kiss Life Society, then we're going to do every year Club Lala these 2 months, I should say, April, May, in the same time when we're doing the Club Lala for the French Kiss Life Society. So this is the reason why we're doing this a second time this year. So we had a test drive, but it was a full-fledged everything in January, February, and now this is a second time this year, but we will only do it once a year. It's a big involvement, big commitment, and as we support you on a lifetime basis, you understand that for us it would be very hard to run this multiple times a year. So I apologize for that, but we hope that this is for the best for everybody's interest, and we definitely are able to provide with the best of our service by doing this once a year. So either do it now, either register now or register next year this time or the other year, but we will only do it once a year. So this is about the costs. Don't worry about them too much. I completely understand, and this exact reason why I didn't do groups before, because I was a little worried about this problem with conversation. People need conversation, so how can you do that? But I will. So I will do one-on-ones without absolutely no problem. You are definitely guaranteed to have them. Another question. Let's look for questions. Just see again here. Yeah, United States. Someone from Florida is on the site right now. So let me see some more questions. Oh, yes. Question, and I have a lot of people. Marie was the last person who asked me about the light version of Club Olala. So the light version of Club Olala, again, remember, the registration ends today for the whole year of 2015 until next year this time. So just in case you just popped in onto the webinar, the light version of Club Olala is for, so what I'm going to do, I'm going to share the screen with you. Let me see. Yep, it doesn't want to. All right, let me just see if I see why. Let me try. Yes, good. All right. And it doesn't show. It's gonna. It happened to me before. I'll just do it again. I don't want to share the entire screen, because what happens with the entire screen, you're gonna be in a maze of. Okay, I'm gonna do the entire screen because it doesn't want to. So I just want to hang on for a second. Oh, there we go. There we go. Okay. Okay, so now you can see. So the light version, I'm going to talk about the light version for us. A lot of questions about the light version. So the program is an 8-week program. We have one-on-one Facebook group support. So you will always be part of the Facebook group once you are in. So any questions that you have, people to ask for support, to have conversation with, and my one-on-one support will be through that Facebook group. Graduation bonuses, we have awesome graduation bonuses that you will have after the 8 weeks are done. And the lifetime access, as I said, so I'm here, graduation bonuses and the lifetime access. Sorry, lifetime access. So once you're in the club, you're always in the club. You know, never out. So you will never worry about having a place to have people who learn French, or a conversation with people who are speaking French or learning French. So the advantage to our group is that everybody learns with the same method. And by that, you will know that most people will think exactly like you. And that's a huge advantage, because then you guys are going to correct each other much better than anybody else, any stranger. Typically friends, strangers, anybody else who you try to make conversation with will go by the rule of thumb of, do I understand the gist of what they're saying? And they're going to say, yeah, sure, you'll make conversation. But they're going to be trying to be nice and not necessarily having, correcting every single time. The problem with correction is that it's not easy on the person corrected, and it's not easy on the person that corrects. So you need someone who knows how to correct. And because everybody in our group has been corrected by me in with our techniques. So we have 8 techniques that we introduce. So then you will know, all of you will know exactly what to do and how to help each other. Then this lifetime access is going to provide you a place where you will always be able to go and find someone to make conversation with. Now, the 8 live group coaching calls, this is the one that is missing in the Oh La La Light. So if you see Oh La La Light, oh, I can't highlight it this way, but Oh La La Light does not contain the live coaching calls. Now, what is the advantage? What are the disadvantages? So the advantage is the price, as well as the fact that if you can't make it at all during the 8 weeks, at least you are in the group, you get one-on-one support from me, you get bonuses at graduation, you have lifetime access, you have everything except for the live coaching calls. How can you make up for the live coaching calls? You can get additional Skype class. You can buy classes on top of, this. So you can have, I guess, 1 hour, 2 hours, 15 hours, however many hours you want. But this light version is always going to be there for you. You cannot register to this later. So we still, because we offer the program at a certain point in the membership site in a certain time. And so we want you to have the same experience as everybody else. And if you can, to try to follow the same schedule and follow everything else. Without the group coaching calls, you can definitely ping me and get 1 hour every so often, and well, I'll help you go through the material exactly as the other people. So this is the advantage. And the reason I created this is because some people told me about this issue of the group coaching calls. So I thought I'd make a special arrangement for people who definitely cannot make it. Okay. While we're here, let's talk about the program and exactly what it contains. So the duration is 8 weeks. The delivery is weekly self-study modules and live coaching calls. We have the private Facebook group when you get one-on-one support. And the program starts tomorrow, April the 20th, and ends June the 14th. The topics are vocabulary, genders, and phrase construction, verbs one-on-one, and 8 learning techniques to use for French language learning as well as for everything else. And the conversation topics, and the expression is discutons le bout de gras, French cuisine and French etiquette, where to sleep, eat, and shop in Paris, touristic itinerary and secret Parisian gems, French culture, music, movies, etc., and the French art of flirting and romance. Bonuses, cheat sheets and conversation lifesavers, the huge, big, fat pronunciation masterclass, which is a value of $297 on its own, and the graduation bonuses, which are a little secret and they are fantastic, as well as 100% risk-free satisfaction guarantee. So this is what the program contains. Let me just come back to here. Oh, sorry. This is why I didn't want to. Okay, excellent. So this is what the program contains, and it is very structured. And for people who don't like the structure as much, it's always, well, you can come to the sessions. If you don't want to come, you don't have to come to the sessions. It's really up to you how you use it, because you have lifetime access to it. There's no behind in Club Oh La La, meaning that, well, life happens, and you always have to be able to follow, any course that you're taking, especially with a busy life, you have to be able to follow on your own term. Exactly what I'm providing you on your own terms. Excellent. So there again, you can go through this as many times as you want. And next year, when we are going to launch again, the program is going to be upgraded, and you will have access to it without any payment. And this is the whole, fantastic advantage that you'll never pay for it again, and yet you'll always have a place to go to and to refresh and brush up your French. And what happens to that's another question that I have. I remember Anna, I think she asked me. Yeah, I think so. So Anna asked me, because she participated into the past Club Olala, so in January, and so she asked me, how am I going to be able to attend the live coaching calls? Absolutely, you can, and you're welcome to access and to participate into the live coaching calls. The only difference will be that you will not be able to ask questions or to make conversation. So most times the questions are going to be asked by the same questions will be asked by other people, and you will get your questions asked. But if you have a particular question, the Facebook group is there for you, and so I'm going to send you the response to you one-on-one. But a conversation in the live coaching calls with me or with your conversation partner live, you won't be able to do that the second, third, fourth time. We just want to make room for the new club members so that they have enough time to practice and ask their questions in the session when they registered. So I hope that seems fair. Yes, looking for other questions. Let me just see here. I didn't get okay. I didn't get some water. I'm really thirsty right now. Okay, let me just see. Okay. I'm just looking for more questions for you, and something that I haven't answered yet. Let me see here. No. Okay. How do you? Someone asked. I'm just going by my memory because I can't find it right now. But yes, how do we address the differences of levels? So some people are very beginners and some people are a little more advanced. Odds are that you will not be an advanced speaker or you will not have an advanced conversation at this point today if you're here. For sure, if you're here, you would need some help for conversation. So what we do, we are sending a survey at the beginning, right before we start. So that would be probably tomorrow morning, right before we start the group, the program, so that we are going to do our best to couple you, to create pairs with someone else who is around your level. Now, you can come with your friends, and you can come with your own conversation partner, and that is fantastic, because then you'll know that you had people coming with their mother, their father, so they would come together and they would register together. So that would be one way, one solution to it. Another way to do this is to for us to put together the responses that we have from your survey, from the survey that we're going to send to you, and to try to make to couple you with a partner. Now, If that doesn't work, you'll always have me for conversation, so don't worry about that. But the answer that I want to give you regarding the level. So if, for instance, you are more beginner or more intermediate, how does the program work for either of the two people? This program addresses the problems that most people have while learning French. Most of the people who came to me with even intermediate level of conversation, when they started or they read the first four, I should say maybe the fourth lesson of my program, they got stumped. They were not clear exactly how to use the small little words, and this is what we are introducing in the very first lesson. And so the very small words, because they're not addressed by most programs, by most courses, those remain a problem no matter if you are more advanced into the language. So this is why we are very confident that our program can address both beginner problems as well as intermediate problems in conversation, as well as the 8 techniques that I was talking about. We will introduce 1 technique per module. So the 8 techniques that we introduce, they are going to help you put together what you already know. So unless you start from absolute zero, these techniques that you're going to learn in the 8 weeks are going to help you access all the information that you have been taught before, but was never able to put it together into a clear, simple sentence or just conversation, because that's what it is. So for a very beginner, someone, if you start from absolute zero, then perfect, because you don't have anything to unlearn. If you don't start from zero and you are high beginner, low intermediate, even high intermediate, no, not high intermediate, but intermediate, low intermediate, but you have problems with conversation, and so you know the language, but you don't know how to put it together, then these techniques are going to help you to actually put together all that you have learned and to pull into from your long-term memory, I should say, maybe in the subconscious, wherever it stays, all information that, oh, right, I heard this, I remember I learned this before. Oh, so this is where it fits. And so that's what we're doing. And so we're only focusing on conversation. And of course, like you said in the program, in the link there on the page, culture, a lot of topics about culture. And this prepares everybody who mainly wants to go to visit Paris and to be prepared with conversation at a basic level, or if they have a higher level in language, then they're going to have conversation at that level, as well as not enough knowledge of the culture in order for them to manage a trip to Paris. So yeah, this is how we put together different levels. The best way is absolutely to come with your own partner, conversation partner. But I understand that this kind of defeats the purpose, because you're looking for this program because you don't have a partner. So if you do have a partner, feel free to come with the partner in the group and register and be part of the club and have a partner always there for the conversation. As I said, a lot of people are coming with sister, brother, parent. Or if you're looking for partners, then please email us, and we are going to pair you up with someone, and we'll make sure that we'll make that work. And if you don't have any partner, you'll have me. So either way, it's going to work. Don't worry about it. Okay, let me just see a little more here. Yeah. I showed you the price and the light version. That's really important because a lot of people don't know what to do with the light version. It's new. I talked about the Parisian. Okay. Oh, that's me. What if I don't have time for this? I explained. You have lifetime access to Club Olala. And so if you don't have time for this, if you know you don't have time these next 8 weeks, then please get the light version. And then we will have a couple of hours on the side, on top of it, by Skype, one-on-one. And I promise you that everything will be in place for you. And everything will be great. Yeah, what level of proficiency? It is very interesting how people expect a lot from a little. So this program is not a little program, but it's not the intensive program. And even the intensive program is not the extensive program, which I'm not sure if many of you are aware of, but I have an intensive program, an extensive program, an immersion retreat. So those are programs that are having people who work with me for quite a while, being bilingual and eventually fluent at a high level. So it can be fluent at a very beginner's level. It can definitely be fluent at a beginner's level. You can be fluent at an intermediate level. You can be fluent at an advanced level. So if you are expecting, however, to be fully bilingual, which means like to use French like your mother tongue in these 2 months, then definitely this program is absolutely not for you. Think about it a little better. This could be an introductory program for you. You will see how we work together, absolutely. There's no losing in this program because you will have lifetime access to it and to me, and so there's absolutely nothing to lose. So it could be an introductory program for you, after which you could go into the intensive or the extensive program. So don't expect to be fully bilingual in 2 months. A lot of people do expect to be bilingual, fully bilingual in a year. I wouldn't say that even if you are living in France. Well, though some people may do that. It takes a certain background and experience to actually be able to do it. I think we only have about 10 minutes. Let me just see the time. Just want to make sure that we have all the questions answered here. I was trying to, yes, of course, we have only 15 minutes. Okay. Yeah. Okay, more questions. Oh yeah, more questions. Let's see here. Oh, yeah. So the question is, I have a couple of people asking me this. If I have the light version, will I be able to access the program from the whole program from the beginning? No, you won't. I strongly believe that it's very beneficial to have access with one module at a time, because each module builds upon each other. It's very important that you go already. You have gone through the first module in order to go to the second module and so on. Now, I understand that this may not be possible all the time, and that eventually you will have them anyway, because not looking at 8 modules until 8 weeks, and then looking in the 9th week, you're gonna have access to everything at once. But if at all possible, we're trying to do this for everybody. It is a huge benefit in this, and it may hook you. It's like, interesting series TV. So that is how we strongly believe that works. And most people really do go through the program with everybody else. And so we're trying to do this so that it works for everybody. And the best way works this way. So we definitely will offer you the, just looking. Oh, I see. We'll definitely offer you one module at a time, and then after the 8th week, you have. I still recommend that even when you have them all, you still go one by one. Don't get curious to the next, second, third, and so on, because this is how you're going to get the most benefits. Okay. Okay, more questions. Okay, yeah, here more questions. Yeah, so who is this program for? I'm just trying to answer this, but the question really here, as I see it. Yeah, so I have a question from Debbie. If I don't know French at all, can I start this program? Yes, Debbie, you can definitely start this program if you don't know French at all. And you will have a lot to learn. So if you have time, that's great. If you will feel that you're falling behind, oh, I don't think so, don't aim for perfection, aim for progress. So if you speak better after these 8 weeks, then what I suggest is that you go back and you run it again and you speak even better if you start from zero. If you start from zero, this program will give you a lot to chew on, and that's great. The advantage is that it's always going to be there for you. And so it's you are relaxed because you know that it's not gonna go away. I am not gonna go away. I'm always gonna help you in the Facebook group, and if you can't take the sessions, the group sessions, you email me. But I need to know who and how many people can't make the live sessions, because if you can't make any live session, then please go for the light version, and then you'll get a couple of Skype classes one-on-one with me. If you're skipping here and there, then we can make it up with short Skype sessions, because life happens. But if you start from zero, I suggest that you give it time. It's rich. It's not overwhelming. That's the reason I am there for you, to help you all the way and after. But I do suggest that, okay, you ask a lot of conversation with me. You ask a lot of questions. So, okay, this is your solution. Ask for a lot of questions, because you're gonna have, and if you're shy and you don't ask for a lot of questions, then those points are going to be the ones that may eventually make you feel overwhelmed. Okay, so there's no reason why you should feel overwhelmed in this program unless you don't ask questions. And again, you can ask questions during our live sessions as well as through Facebook, and I'm answering one-on-one to each and every one of you. So I'm looking forward to having you. I can't wait. I loved it in January, and I'm going to love it this time. Okay, a little more answers here. To see the time. Good, we have time. Okay. Diane, she's asking, can we go on the Immersion Retreat after this program? Diane, interesting you should ask this, because in September I have planned an Immersion Retreat in Paris, and my Immersion Retreats are one-on-one. So I tend to stay the entire month of September there, so I can take 4 students, meaning 1 student per week. So your question was about the level. Depending on what level you start at, but because my immersion retreats are one-on-one, I can take someone at any level. I definitely recommend the immersion. And that is, the reason is because when you take French from the books and class environment setting, and you move it in real life, it makes a huge difference. If you go on joualette.com, on my website, or yeah, here where you are on clubolala.com, at the bottom and on the top there is a link that's called programs. If you click there, you're gonna see at the bottom of that page, I mention I have a link to the immersion program. So there are 3 immersion programs that I run, and so 2 are in the US, New York and New Orleans, and 1 is in Paris. So if you're not ready to go to Paris yet, or you don't have time for a week to take a week off from work, but you really want to take your French to the next level, absolutely go into New York or New Orleans immersion. And I can do New York anytime. New Orleans has to be arranged a little more in advance. But that's not a problem. If you live very close by, then we can definitely arrange ahead of time, and I can come there and we can do that. The advantage to that is that whatever you're going to learn in Olala, in the program, you are going to take from class environment, from what if environment, from the comfort of your room and computer to real life. It makes a huge difference. So if you go on my website there and you see the immersion in New York, you will see exactly what people thought about the immersion. I have a testimonial there talking exactly about what the immersion in New York did for this lady, and it was really good, fantastic confidence booster. She realized that she can speak way more than she thought she did. Now, if you really are ready for Paris, and it doesn't matter the level, so you don't have to come to Paris because you're more advanced, or you don't have to wait for Paris until you're more advanced, definitely come to Paris. I do suggest that the immersion in Paris is a quantum leap for anybody, the immersion. Even if you have gone there as a tourist, in an immersion, when you speak French as much as possible, so I have to tell you, you don't have to speak all the time French. I'm gonna see if you're tired, and or you're not tired, and I'm gonna speak a little more. When you're tired, we'll speak a little less. But after Club Olala, just for everyone to know, yes, we can do the immersion retreat, whether a mini immersion in the States or a full immersion in Paris. We can definitely do it regardless of the level. What the immersion does is, like I said, especially Paris, a quantum leap in your confidence and language skills. So yes, absolutely we can. We have 5 minutes to go. I'm just trying to go through most of the questions here. I'm just trying to answer not one by one, but just to cover to everyone everyone's questions. So, okay. I'm just looking, you don't see what I'm looking at, so why don't I actually show you? I'm gonna show you again the page. Yeah, it doesn't want to. I'm gonna do again that trick. Okay. So, oh yes, let me present that. Very important because a lot of people ask me this question. So you see, I'm not sure if you see my mouse here, but on the bottom right, it says questions, click to chat. So I'm gonna just go a little, because it's a little too invisible here. Okay, so now you can see there's like the Olala Light, one payment of $197, buy now, and the little the thumbnails there of the credit cards. Underneath, you see questions. Click the chat. That is a live chat that I am on, and I answer questions live from people who from people who are on the page. So as you are trying to register and get the questions, your questions answered right there by reading the copy, reading what's on the page, I am also available through this button, questions. Click the chat. As you click on this chat, and let's click. So as you click on this chat, you can put your name, your email in your question, and the department here is help with program registration. And then you'll just click Start Chat, and I'm on the other end answering your questions live. It's gonna be me, and I'm gonna be online until 12 midnight, and probably even a little later if I receive any requests from the West Coast. So, but this is it. Tonight is it. That's it, folks. Tonight is it. I mean, if you don't register today and you have this nice, I'm gonna close this one. You have this nice option, especially the Ola Lite, for those of you who are not sure that can make the live group coaching calls. You get into the program and then you schedule the time for a conversation separately with me. Then. But you can do it this year rather than waiting another 12 months. And you, again, from tomorrow, I'm going to issue the first module. So registrations are not available anymore until next year this time. And why not having 12 months of live access to chat, to a resource, to a coach, which is me, and everything else that you need, rather than not. So with this very small investment, you can have the next 12 months. So I'm calling it your bilingual year, because you really will be bilingual. What I call bilingual really is to be able to communicate in a second language. Other people consider bilingualism to have a second mother tongue. I don't. I consider someone who is bilingual. Bilingual means two languages. I speak in two languages. Am I making myself understood? Can I live by this? By using it? Then I'm bilingual. That's fully bilingual to me is what a mother tongue is. So you will have your bilingual year if you register tonight, and tonight is the last time when you can do it for the next 12 months. You can go again, just to make sure that I'm clear here. So you can go premium, and the premium program contains the 8 live group coaching calls, and this is the only reason why it's premium. And the Ola Lite does not contain the 8 live group coaching calls, but you can add on your own a couple of hours on Skype, and that would be more than the equivalent of what everybody else really has through these 8 live group coaching calls, I think. Because it would be directed to you, it would be personal to you, it would be nothing general. Well, by all means, I'm not speaking anything general for sure, because I'm taking survey from everybody, so I know exactly whom I'm talking to. But you're gonna have only your questions, focused, and you're gonna have conversation. You're gonna have pronunciation, because don't forget you have the pronunciation masterclass included, which is a value of $297. Program is $247. So it's a real deal. Is nothing short of amazing. I promise that you're gonna have the best time of your life, and I cannot wait to have you in the program and to share the next 12 months with French. So thank you so much I hope that you had your questions answered. And again, if you didn't, please email me. So I'm sending you emails tonight for as reminders. Hit reply, and you're gonna get your particular question answered. And also on the clubolala.com, there is a button on the bottom of the page, bottom right, where it says questions. Click the chat. Click there, put your question, and I'm on the other end answering the question right away. It's going to be me, and it's going to be until tonight at midnight when the program will close for another 12 months. So thank you for coming here. Thank you so much for trusting me and for giving me a chance to make a difference in your life with French. I know that you may have tried for a while unsuccessfully, and this is the reason why you're looking for something and someone to help you get through to the block you have at this point. So thank you very much from the bottom of my heart for your trust, for being here on this webinar, for coming to the page, Olala. I really value this so much. Thank you again. I hope to see you in the club. And please don't let another 12 months to go to pass by until you become bilingual. Thank you again very much for coming, and I will see you soon. Merci beaucoup. Au revoir.